everybody. Hey, we know it's March Madness, but you know what? It's March Madness for bowling, too. Hey, I filled out my bracket, but let me tell you right now, you want a PT peer, a primetime performer? What about Bill O'Neill, man? He is absolutely sensational. I'll tell you about O'Neill. You better watch out. This guy can get it done. Hey, you want to talk about another guy? He loves the Jayhawks, baby. I'm talking about Rhino Page. And he went to Kansas. Well, keep an eye on Rhino Page. Hey, what about Walter Ray Williams? He's got to be the Duke of the tournament. This guy, you can never count him out. And then what about Mike Scroggins? He's on my all-Rodney Dangerfield team. You better give this guy some respect. Hey, it's the finals of the PBAs. Go RVing match play, baby. It's going to be awesome, baby, with a capital A.
Dickie V's bracket in both the NCAA tournament and today's Go RVing Match Play Championship have been blown up. Top seeds falling early and often in both, and we welcome you. Beautiful day here in Norwich, Connecticut for the PBA's version of March Madness. It is the Go RVing Match Play Championship, which mirrors the NCAA tournament's field of 64. And glad you're with us for the third to last event of the season. Rob Stone once again joined by Randy Peterson. And not many folks probably had Northern Iowa or St. Mary's in their Sweet 16. Not many PBA fans had in their Final Four for this tournament Doug Kent and Ryan Simonelli and Patrick Allen and Brian Kretzer. But that's the way it worked this week, in a week really filled with upsets.
Well, Rob, I had Kansas in my NCAA brackets, and I had Walter A. Williams Jr. in my PBA brackets. Crazy, crazy week this week. 3 of the 4 top seeds were eliminated in the first round. Walter A. Williams Jr., Wes Malott, and Chris Barnes all fell victim to the nature of this format. And in this tournament, Rob, no one is safe. You can catch the wrong player at the wrong time on the wrong pair of lanes and get whooped. But that's the beauty of match play.
The format a little interesting here. 3 games total pinfall, bowling on 2 lanes. Each of the lanes has a different oil pattern. We take a look at our 4 semifinalists that advanced to the Final Four last night. We begin our semifinal coverage with semi number 1, Ryan Simonelli taking on Patrick Allen. Semifinal number 1, Ryan Simonelli, your number 57 seed. He upset number 8 seed Tom Smallwood in the round of 64. Start strong with a strike there in game 1, but in the second frame, issues, Randy.
Well, remember, it's a 3-game total pinfall match on 2 completely different oil patterns. Cheetah on the right lane, Shark on the left. You can see Ryan Simonelli using 2 different bowling balls, leaves the big split in the second. Fortunate to come back and make the bucket in the third, only to miss a single pin spare in the 4th frame.
Meanwhile, PA, Patrick Allen, back for some knee injuries this season, was dialed in on that left lane, which is the Shark oil pattern. Not so much on the right lane with the Cheetah, though, Randy.
Well, both left-handers struggled on the Cheetah oil pattern on the right lane. Patrick really liking the Shark pattern. But the thing about this match was Patrick Allen stayed out of trouble for the most part. Ryan Simonelli, way too many open frames.
Open frames in the 6th. Open frame in the 7th. Another one here in the 8th and the 10th. An open frame again. His final score, a very disappointing 128, and he admitted the conditions caught him a little off guard.
We haven't bowled on that all week. I don't know what it is. It's like U.S. Open, especially when you come out and you're not ready for it. You don't know. That's why he's got the experience on me. That's why he shot 190 and I shot 130.
Patrick Allen, the number 21 seed, gave back some pins with an open frame in the 9th, but he would ultimately finish game 1 with a score of 188, 60 pins better than Simonelli.
We bowled the Masters in that format, you know, guys up 50, 60 after 1 and even 2 games in their matches, and a lot of guys lose, and it's not because, you know, they bowl bad, just guys bowl big games till the last game, so you're never safe until it's out of the wood mathematically.
PA would have some issues in game 2, only striking once in his first 4 frames and would leave the big 4 in the 5th.
You know, in watching this match, I just had a feeling that if Brian Simonelli would get lined up on the right lane, the Cheetah Oil pattern, that he could make a really good match of it. And that's exactly what he did. Stringing together a turkey in the 4th, 5th, and 6th.
But just as the tide appeared to be turning in Simonelli's favor, that happened.
Yeah, that's just getting punched in the gut really, really hard.
Simonelli would recover somewhat after that difficult break. With strikeout in the 10th to reduce the deficit from 60 to 48 heading into game 3.
Yeah, but Rob, he only bowled 201, and he didn't really get enough out of that game. He could have bowled a really big game, but due to bad pin carry, it was only 201, 189.
So we head to game 3. Simonelli would open the game with another pocket 710 and would not strike until frame number 6.
And because he wasn't able to put any pressure on Patrick Allen, all the experience in the Allen camp, he put together a 3-bagger in frames 3, 4, and 5.
And that would propel him to a final 71-pin victory, 601 to 530. PA moves on.
You know, Ryan really got off to a bad start. You know, bowled 120. You know, I really didn't take advantage of as much of it the first game as I could have. I only shot 180. I couldn't strike on the right lane, and he actually bowled really well the last 2 games. He got a few bad breaks, a couple 710s, a couple ring 7s. He could have made that match a lot more interesting. Fortunately, I made a good ball change the 3rd game, finally figured out the right lane somewhat, so I was able to hold him off.
Semifinal number 2 had your 50 seed Doug Kent. Where has he been the last 2 years, taking on 27 seed Brian Kretzer? It was an even match through the opening 5 frames of game 1, each player with an open frame. But it was Kretzer who made the first mistake, opening in the 7th frame after leaving the washout.
Yeah, Brian leaves the 1-2-8-10, and when you're going up against a former Player of the Year and future Hall of Famer, the last thing you want to do is give him any type of opening.
Doug Kent struck on 5 of his last 7 shots to propel himself to a 22-pin lead. 211, 189 through 1. But that lead evaporated quickly in game 2 as Kretzer struck in 7 of his first 8 frames.
Remember, it's a 3-game total pinfall match, and boy, you really have to be impressed with what Brian Kretzer has accomplished this season, working on a straight game and still being able to throw the big hook.
And Kent struggled, suffering open frames in the 3rd and the 8th, and never throwing consecutive strikes until the 10th frame. Kent's big lead, now a 30-pin deficit.
I'm fishing. Let's just hope it goes back the other way. No, I'm fishing. And at the end of the match there, he looked like he kind of lost the left lane a little bit too. So I think the left lane, whoever gets control of the left lane, I think is going to have the advantage.
So let the left lane battle begin in game number 3. Doug Kent, issues early and often in game 3.
Yeah, and it's tough when you can't get to the pocket. When you do, you don't carry, and then you follow it up with a whiff 10-pin. Not good when you're trailing by 30 with 1 game to go.
Kretzer would have no such trouble, striking in 4 of the first 5 frames and stayed clean from the 6th frame on to wrap up the victory and move on to today's title match. Final score, Kretzer took it 625 to 581. So our 3-game total pinfall title match is all set. Number 27 seed Brian Kretzer to take on 21 seed Patrick Allen. 2 mid-majors seeking to continue their Cinderella story. This is the Go RVing Match Play Championship live on ESPN.